How's it going, everybody? Evan Inada from Columbus Craft Meats. I'm the Charcuterie Director for the past 19 years here. And today we're going to be talking about all the elements on your charcuterie board and how to build the perfect charcuterie board. We're always going to start off with the meat and the cheese as the two stars of the show for any charcuterie board, especially the meat, because charcuterie, the original kind of method of building these beautiful boards, came from France, around that charcutier's expertise around making dry aged meat and other meats into these beautiful French charcuterie items. For us, we love charcuterie boards, and I think charcuterie really showcases salami to its perfect pedestal, where you're really just enjoying the salami for what it is, and then finding the magical pairings you can create with pairing the salami with all the other fun stuff on a charcuterie board. Star of the show is always going to be that salami on every charcuterie board. Because of the dry aged goodness, the give that a salami provides, it allows you to chew 3, 4, 5 times, and it's the flavor bridge that brings everything else on the charcuterie board together. So that's why it's so important that you pick the right salami or salumi when choosing your charcuterie board items. When you're looking at a charcuterie board and you really want to build a beautiful one, you want to have different shapes and sizes of your salami to choose from. So here we have larger diameter hot soppressata, finocchiona. We have a medium diameter Italian dry, and then we even have our smaller diameter salami secchi. And then the perfect co-star is going to be the cheese. The cheese is going to be just the perfect partner to elevate the goodness of the story you're trying to tell with the salami that you're choosing. Cheese comes in a few different forms as well, as shapes, sizes, and colors. We have the soft ripened cheese that you get in terms of like a Humboldt Fog from Cypress Grove that you see here as a ripened chev. You also have things like a triple cream brie that have that really creamy indulgence to it. You also have semi-soft cheese like the cubed kind of cheddar, mozzarella, those type of items in the more give and like the little bit of a flavor bite and rustic little body to the cheese itself. And then you have those flavor bombs of aged cheese when you're talking about something like a French mimolette or a Parmigiano Reggiano for Italy. Those crystallization in the cheese itself really makes the flavor combination of a dry aged salami and these aged cheese just pop right instantly in your mouth. And then you're going to have the two items that are going to elevate the experience to its fullest extent in the acidity and crunch. Acidity comes in a couple different forms as well. You have your fresh fruits as a form of acidity in terms of grapes have that beautiful pop of acidity. Strawberries even have a sweetness to end that nice kind of indulgent combination of a brie and a secchi. You get that perfect strawberry for that sweet acidity to finish the trip. And then you also have the more kind of bolder acidity in like a pickled pepper or pepperoncini. You have these little cute little sweetie drop peppers here, as well as kind of the brinier olives, Castelvetrano olives, pickled, just kosher pickles are always great on a charcuterie board too. And what the acidity does is it breaks up and cleanses the palate in between that relationship of good fat of the meat and cheese. It really kind of cleanses the palate and allows you to fully continue on in this journey of enjoying the charcuterie bite. The textural break is going to be the crunch part of the charcuterie board. So crunch also comes in a few different forms. You have crunch in crackers. So you have these Raincoast Crisp kind of nut bread crackers that are great for the creamier side of cheese and salami pairings. You have the kind of more rustic bakery sourdough cracker that's great as a perfect pairing for like the aged cheese and salami pairings where you have that real nice crunchy bite. You also have nuts as a great form of crunch, where we have 4 different nut lines. We have a sweeter side of mocha cashews and caramelized pecans to go great with like the little indulgent combinations, and then you have like the little spicier buttery cashews as in the hot honey mescal cashew and these Parmesan rosemary Marcona almonds to give it that kind of more herbaceous notes, great with the rustic side of the pairings and give it a little salty umami along with that textural crunch. Another special crunch factor I love using is chocolate. I think dark chocolate especially has that nice combination of bitter and sweet to go perfectly for any charcuterie board to really elevate that full experience at the very end of your charcuterie bite. Meat, cheese are going to be the 2 stars of the show, and think of the acid and crunch as like kind of that AC to make all those bites cool. So those are the two kind of acid and crunch that elevate the meat and cheese as the stars of every charcuterie bite. Building a charcuterie board, I always say 3-to-2 ratio is a really good way to start off with a small kind of board and then just go up from there. So 3 salami to every 2 cheese to focus in on building the personality and the story around your charcuterie board. And then choosing the acid, crunch, fresh fruits, crackers, and different wow factors to really kind of finish the board and make people really gravitate towards it. I think using the wow factor as that 5th element is so important on a charcuterie board, and that's why we've kind of built our portfolio in different sizes and shapes for our salami, but also dry aging it all the way through allows us to fold it in different wow factors. So taking a regular larger diameter salami, just fold it in half is a great way to lay it out on a board, but you could also do a quarter fold and really kind of build some volume on your charcuterie board by just doing simple folds like that and putting it together just as is. So we're going to take our finocchione. I'm just going to grab a few slices, maybe about 6 slices I think is good enough right here. If you're doing a larger party, I'd say a quarter pound of 3 or 4 different meats is a great way to kind of have enough salami so everybody gets a little bite of everything. But again, just holding those like that, I'm just going to lay that down real quick to give it a little bit of volume. I'm going to pair that finocchione with this Parmigiano. So we're going to put 1 aged cheese down here, and then we're going to use this Humboldt Fog as the second cheese to kind of focus right there. Split those up. You're going to put a little bit of hot soppressata. I'm going to go Italian dry. So Italian dry, you could do a half fold, and when you pinch the half folds together, just do like 2-3 half folds at a time, and then just scale it down like a little bit of almost like a pyramid shape right here on the other side of your salami. Then with the acid and crunch after your meat and cheese are down, the last salami I'm going to put is going to be the secchi. So hand slice out with a knife. We're going to just kind of put that right down in the middle and kind of lay it in front of that Humboldt Fog right there. And then I'm going to take a few little crackers to fill in the gaps along with my acidity. So a little bit of Rain Coast Crisp crackers. I'm going to put a couple little strawberries next to the Humboldt Fog when you're breaking that up. Some other berries to add some little color breaks into the mix, and then put some grapes down as well. If you really care about like the board and the eaters, I would always break up grapes into little bunches too, so you don't have to be taking all that time peeling a couple grapes off of the large vine. Doing just like that, and then adding a little bit of caramelized pecans to go with that Humboldt Fog and secchi combination, a little bit of dark chocolate right here as well. And then we're going to put a little bit of sweetie drop peppers kind of right in the middle to again kind of give it a little break of color. Maybe we got some pepperoncinis you can add for a little bit of heat and pop as well. And then I'm going to finish it off with just some Marcona almonds on that side because we need a little bit more color in cashews. And just like that, you have pretty much everything you need on your charcuterie board. Draw all those eaters into charcuterie. Even if they don't know how to pronounce it, they're going to try it out. Thanks, guys.